Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. Firstly, thank you so much for all of your support and for subscribing to my channel. You know, if you're not on board yet, love to have you on board. Please press the bell when you hit the subscribe button and you will always be notified when I'm going live or when I'm posting new content. Thank you to those who joined me for the live yesterday. I always enjoy catching up with you all. Some of you just feel like family to me because you've been around the whole time I've been on here. Some of you I did know previous to going onto YouTube or prior to YouTube. So thank you again for all of your support. Please be aware, and I've watched other readers talk about this in the last couple of days too, lots of scamming going on at the moment. I feel like if anybody's scamming you at any time, whether it's in your email, whether it's emailing you directly, whatever it is, always check out your source. You know, it's really good value to check out where it's coming from. You won't get diddled that way. The only way I do readings, the same as most readers on YouTube, the only way I do readings is for you to contact me, either through my website or by email. Occasionally, I get phone contacts if people are in my area, but other than that, you come to me. I don't go to you. It just seems really strange that that's how most people work, and yet people get caught all the time. You know, billions of dollars in lost money gets done every year because people respond to scammers. Always check out your source. Go back to the source, ask or check how to do it. If you want a reading, go to them. Don't think they're going to come to you. I don't know why the scammers do what they do, but I guess if they even get 3 or 4, you know, people to pay, that's money they've made. A lot of scamming going on in Australia at the moment. I'm sure it's the same overseas. My phone is constantly hit for people scamming. Anyway, let's get off that one. Don't want to give them too much airtime. I do go live on Wednesdays on YouTube. However, you know, occasionally I do flip in an extra live here and there. I'll see how I'm going over the next week or so, but I'll try and get on and perhaps do another live. Not so much super chat, but maybe just to do some readings online. I always accept donations though, if you feel that you want to donate something. My website is available for you to book. I do have some appointments still left for tomorrow, but then it will be next week. But you can book whatever you like on my www.theaussiegoddess.com. Okay, so we're going to use the Gilded Tarot for your reading today. It's really interesting. I want to say too, I don't force you to watch my YouTube channel either. So if there's something about my YouTube channel, my readings, or something I do which in some way, shape or form offends you or you don't agree with it, remember you're not being forced to watch it. You have the choice to move away. So, all right. Actually, if you do comment, I'll move you away anyway, if you comment negatively. So I don't have that little button in me that feels sorry for people when they do that. Alrighty. Oh, she's hitting them with the truth, and then she gets the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords for me is a beautiful card. It's taken me a very long time to get into the energy of the Ace of Swords. Somebody said to me yesterday on YouTube, it's very hard. It is hard. It's hard to learn to live in the moment. It's hard to let the past go. It's hard not to predict your future. But that's where you need to be in the Ace of Swords energy. And the Ace of Swords means that there's a brand new start, but this time you're coming from your truth. This time you're standing where you need to be, and you're talking from that place within you, which was always meant to be, which gets covered up with the ego and the fear of conflict. It was a really awakening moment for me when I started to realize I could be completely and utterly honest with people, because I was terrified of conflict when I was young. And I can remember sort of turning that round the first time I said something, and I can remember speaking up for myself and shaking. And I think I probably shook for an hour afterwards. It was the most distressing thing. And I remember you know, like in my body saying to myself, you know, had I done the right thing? Was it the right thing to do? Who did I hurt? You know, I went through all of that as well in my head. And I feel like sometimes, you know, we feel or we fear hurting people's feelings, which is absolutely excruciatingly painful for an empath to hurt people. But you know what? As I've gone on my journey and as I've learned about these things, I realized I was hurting myself more. And that was my turnaround. So Ace of Swords, you're about to have a new start. Somebody's coming in with some sort of truth here. As you can see, they're holding the sword high in the air. They're ready to express themselves in some way, shape or form. Could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but whoever this person is, the Knight of Swords is a fairly fast energy. So somebody's definitely coming towards you with some sort of truth here. Interestingly enough, okay, could be dealing with a Virgo coming through here. Definitely somebody who is either working with you or has a soul contract with you. 2 3s coming through there, which makes me feel that there's more than 2 people in this situation. So somebody is coming forward now. Quite possibly this person has been held up in the past by something else. But I feel like they're coming in to offer you the 2 cups here. For some unknown reason, this third energy is still around them. So you could be dealing with someone who, you know, had some sort of hurdle to making a commitment with you. But I feel like they're coming in to express a truth now. When we say hurdle, it could have been another person in the mix. It could be that the person lived too far away. There may have been distance, religion, culture that was stopping the 2 of you coming together. For me, that Ace of Swords, that Knight, has removed the obstacles. And I feel like he's feeling very much like he wants to tell you that whatever was stopping him in the past, or her in the past, has been taken out of the equation here. All right, so we've got the Hermit card coming through with the 3 of Pentacles. Now, when I look at this, I feel like the Hermit is a card that looks at what sort of person you are at a deeper level. Now, the Hermit is someone who only cares about the clothes on their back. That's all they have with them. They don't take any baggage with them. They don't, you know, have a lot of material goods. This is a person who's scraped everything back to just them. So for me, this Hermit this morning especially is saying that you've been working with someone who's rid themselves of all those egoic things that have kept them stuck. And it could be that that was the 3rd cup. Maybe it was their ego holding them back, or some sort of energy of something that was holding on to them and stopping them from moving forward. And I feel like this Hermit energy has been able to clear this person of what was holding them back. I see somebody standing in the moment, really understanding their life purpose here. And if you have a look at the Hermit, he's shining a light on the 3 of Pentacles. So when this person has peeled back all these egoic layers, what they've seen is this energy of some sort of contract with you. So knowing that there is a higher purpose, especially with the Hermit here, knowing there's a higher purpose to your partnership or your coming together. I feel this is how you're getting someone on bended knee here. Immediately I'm drawn to him this morning. I feel like whoever's coming towards you has left all the past behind and they're ready. They have let go of the material world. They have shed some sort of skin here and they're ready here to offer you something. There is some sort of energy here of stress and worry. Definitely sort of like the energy of coming in to give you an offer after going through a lot of stress and pain. I always, when I look at that wounded warrior in particular, I feel really a lot of compassion for the person kneeling down, because for me, that is the energy of asking for forgiveness. It is submission at its best. So it's somebody who feels really bad about what they've done, or maybe really on bended knee because now they want to ask you for that commitment. So I just get this energy of a lot of regret and remorse, but also someone who's discarded a lot of stuff to get to where they need to be. Again, you know, it doesn't have to be a romantic thing. It could be somebody coming in that just has a high amount of esteem for you, that perhaps in the past wasn't fair to you in some way, shape or form. because I feel like here I'm talking to people who may have either a family member or a friend who is really asking for forgiveness for something. Let's get into it. I'm sure we'll get... there's the 2 cups they're offering. It's really interesting, you know, as a reader, because sometimes I look at the cards and I immediately know what the cards are saying to me. And other times I have to look at 2 or 3 cards to really get the energy. But this morning with that 3 of Cups, I knew straight away that this was an energy of somebody wanting to offer you the cup. Now, again, this doesn't have to be romantic, because the 2 of Cups is a soulmate card. So it could be somebody that you had a very close connection with, that you fell out with. But what I'm feeling here more than anything is this cup is filled again with forgiveness, apologies. It's sort of filled with a lot of stuff beyond love. I feel like somebody suffered greatly through some sort of experience they've had with you, or some sort of maybe sudden departure here. So for some of you, I'm feeling that if this person had to travel and they had to leave you behind, the pain of leaving you behind was very, very difficult for this person. And I feel that they dealt with it in as best way as they could through their egos. So they may have, you know, found a lot of things, or found a lot of things to think that helped them make this departure. But I feel like whatever this is now, it's so strong. They're returning with from your past. I feel really strongly that whoever this person is, you made a huge impact on them. If this is family here, then totally I get that completely. You may have had a very close relationship with a sibling or a parent, and something came between you. But I feel like whatever this is with this 6 of Cups, the other person is probably feeling even more than you. I feel like it probably caused you a lot of pain to start off with. Maybe you found it really difficult to start with, but I feel that eventually you've sort of got on with your own life and thought maybe, you know, things were meant to happen that way. You may have sort of have times when you feel regrets or sadness over losing this person, or, you know, them walking away, whatever it was. But I feel like somehow or another, the pain of this you've overcome. I see the owl in the window, and I think it's like you've learned to overcome your sadness, or your... maybe you had a little bit of anger and frustration to start with. Whatever it was here, you've learned to let go of it. I don't feel your person has found it so easy. It's almost like you've got better as you've gone along, and maybe they've got more intense as they've gone along. All right, there we go. Temperance. There's a beautiful balance in the universe now. It feels to me like you've both come into some sort of alignment here. Maybe again because you've come to terms with your own fears, anxieties, whatever it is for you. Your person has done the same. And I feel like sometimes when we get to that state of forgiveness, we can find forgiveness in our heart for most things. I really do. Once you've let go of the frustration, the anger, whatever else it is there, the forgiveness becomes so much easier to accept. And I have sometimes people say to me, you know, but if I forgive them, why would I let them get away with it? They did this, they did that. And I think, you know what? You need to understand that forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. Most times the other person has just moved on and doesn't really give, you know, a rat's about how you're feeling. They've moved on with their life, and they're not really investing in you anymore. It's you that's in pain. So when you're in lots of pain, ask yourself, how is the other person feeling? Because I'm going to tell you now, most times the other person is not feeling anything. It's just you. So that forgiveness is for you here. And it's raising your vibration because you're letting go of this energy that you've got, or you've held on to here. All right, so we have the High Priestess. Wow, okay. Beautiful energy coming through here. I feel that you've trusted this. You've trusted the universe with this. You knew that you didn't know what was going to happen here. You've never had any idea what's going to happen or what's going to come of something. But I feel like here you've just trusted your own instincts. Whether that was that the person moved away and you've sort of perhaps gone through a period of time of thinking a lot about them, but now you've let them go. Whatever it is with this High Priestess, you're not entertaining it anymore. Look, because you're looking out towards the future. So you may be looking for something more. You may be looking for something in your life to, you know, keep yourself focused on. But whatever's going on here, you are manifesting something, a brand new beginning for yourself. All right, and there comes an offer. So I feel like this person is coming in to offer you possibly a Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. They are coming in to offer you some sort of, the cup with the forgiveness, the cup with the apologies, whatever it is here. This cup is filled with emotion here, and we can see it with the King of Cups. This is a person who's filled with emotion. But again, taking on the energy of the Magician. So what we're seeing here is somebody who perhaps now realizes they have all of the tools they need to maybe make something right. So whatever this is here, you've got somebody who's manifested something with you here. 7 of Swords coming out at the end. So we'll have a little look at that. All right, so we have a truth coming towards you. This person has had a huge realization. They've cleared some sort of blockage in their life here. I feel like they ripped back themselves from the ego, the materialism, maybe realized underneath all that there was a pure or true love for you. This person understands the contract that you have with the universe. I feel like your person's coming in on bended knee. I don't feel that they've done this easy. I think this coming to you and making some sort of apology here has been very difficult for them for whatever reason. I feel that perhaps you came to your apologies and forgivenesses and whatever else a long time ago, but I feel like this person has suffered greatly for what they've done. And that would be their karma to serve. Maybe there was the way that they did it wasn't very, very, very nice. It's the only word I can think of. Very kind. This person may have ghosted you. They may have walked away without letting you know why they had done that. But just keep in mind that people ghost because they don't have the tools to be able to tell you. Usually they're very damaged themselves with their own attachment issues or abandonment issues. And it's the only way they know how to respond. So it is a very... some of us have done it, let's face it. It hurts when it happens to you. So we learn from those experiences, but the 7 of Swords is very much the card of trying to get away with something. So I feel like here this person is returning. I almost feel like this energy of the 7 of Swords is them coming back in after a ghosting. Or the Knight of Swords came out on top of it with the 3 of Cups again. I love how Spirit does that. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So ultimately, you have the King and Queen in this reading. So I feel like for some of you, you probably believed this was your person. Not, as I said, everybody has a person, but maybe the person you felt that you wanted to be with at the time. So I'm really feeling this person is returning with some sort of... I feel like it's an apology, let's face it. I feel like this person wants forgiveness for what they've done, regardless of what's happened here. I feel that the forgiveness is what they're after. Okay. It's funny because I watched a video the other day on closure. Because people find closure, if they don't get closure, they find it very difficult. But you see, the closure is yours, not the other person's to give you. You don't need to know the reasons to find closure. That is something that is some sort of issue in your way of thinking. But a lot of us are like that. It took me years to understand that. But if you want to watch somebody who's really good on doing those things, watch Brianna McWilliam. I don't agree with everything she says, but I certainly think she has some amazing points. And I love that she comes from a very spiritual perspective. All right, so we have the card of baby steps coming through here. This is about action, following your intuition before it makes sense. All right, let's have a little look. What a beautiful card. I've never really taken much notice of that one before. I love the colours. You're being called to take grounded action in response to your soul's calling, to start where you are and begin building in a consistent way. So many people stop themselves from living a soul-led life because they're waiting to know the destination before taking the first step. Control. Okay. But intuition doesn't work like that. Our soul is always calling us every moment on every day. So this is sort of like taking baby steps towards something that you know is your soul calling. And it's saying that you don't have to know every step. Now, this has been another big one that I've had to work myself through over the years. You know, committing to something or being in something without actually knowing how it's going to turn out. We can be quite risk averse when we've gone through certain things in our life, and we can, you know, we can become too controlling because we're scared of what the outcome is going to be. Even though we don't know what the outcome is, we still cling. And this sort of come up with the control thing yesterday in the live. You have to do things without knowing the outcome sometimes. You cannot always be judging everything on what if it doesn't happen, what if it goes wrong, what if it doesn't serve me in that way. You can't be like that all the time, because if you're like that, you're going to miss opportunities. But what it does more is it creates pain in your body because you're going against the very thing that you know you want. Now, you'll understand that because what you do in your head is you go backwards and forwards. I want this, but what if? I want this, but what if that? I want to do this, but what if this? And if you're doing that, then you're trying to control. All right, I will leave you with that. Have a wonderful day.